Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Today's crypto project in focus is VeChain, which according to its official website, it is the world's leading blockchain application platform driven by enterprise adoption. Before I elaborate on this, let's jump over to CoinMarketCap and have a look at where VeChain sits on the list of overall cryptos. It is currently ranked 36th based on the circulating market cap. Now, despite this relatively low market cap and price, there are huge partnerships, there are real robust use cases behind it. If I jump over to the VeChain price information, it is currently a quarter of a cent, an overall market cap of $142.7 million US dollars, circulating supply of 55.4 billion VeChain tokens or VET, and a total supply of about 86.7 billion tokens there. If we have a look at the prices, these are the data back starting from August 2018. I just want to say as a quick side note, this used to be referred to as VEN, but then which was an ERC20 token, but VeChain back in late July, early August migrated to its own blockchain away from Ethereum, hence why we've got the price data from here. It hit, if we look at some of the statistics, we've got an all-time high of just under 2 cents, which was back in September 2018. And the all-time low, which occurred last week, less than 0.2 of a cent. It's about 83% down from its price at inception. A quick reminder as well before I continue, none of this is financial or tax advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please always do your own research before investing. A quick overview of what's in store for the rest of today's video. So we'll look further into VeChain, the VeChain token, use cases, ways to store your VeChain both offline and online, plus staking information, my price analysis, and a general market update. So back to VeChain itself, I want to jump over to the use cases. So some of the solutions that it proposes, will summarize these key points. Solutions, consumer confidence index platform. This ties in with traceability. This is a major selling point throughout the world. Consumer confidence, so using the blockchain to help improve transparency in the supply chain and then ensure authenticity for certain products, especially for luxury goods or even particular food products. Say you wanted more information about harvesting, processing and storage, etc. Automotive passport solution. I'll be touching on a partnership between VeChain and BMW. With the automobile solution, VeChain assigns each newly manufactured vehicle a unique VeChain ID and a digital passport that covers the entire life cycle of the vehicle. A liquefied natural gas solution, I'll let you look further into that. Logistics, by using blockchain technology, you're recording immutable and secure data throughout the transportation process. Retail solutions there. Digital content distribution solutions for creators and distributors of digital content. Electronic document deposit solutions for enterprises and governments, in addition to providing more innovation for agriculture. It says here, through VeChain's big data platform, it keeps track of the agricultural related data generated during planting or breeding, production, processing, packaging, sales and distribution, which will then tie in with the consumer confidence aspects that I just spoke about earlier. So plenty of excellent and very robust use cases. Before I talk about the partnerships, I want to draw your attention to this information here, which is from the VeChain Foundation. So VeChain.org as opposed to VeChain.com. All of the websites that I refer to in this video will be available in the description. And some useful resources for you if you're interested. It's an application hub, developer info center, bounty programs. There's further details about VeChain's research program. And this here about meta transaction features. I'm just skimming through this because there is plenty of information to cover. Governance, economic model. So it's a dual token system. We have the VeChain token, so VET, which is involved in business and financial activities. And then we have VTHOR or VTHO for payment and smart contract execution transactions. So this corresponds to what we have with Ethereum and Neo in regards to gas being used for transactions. And this is significant because staking rewards are paid out in VT8 in the VTHOR token as opposed to the VET. Let's have a look at some of the key entities involved with VeChain. Use the Bitcoin or UTB has provided a neat list of major VeChain partnerships across various sectors And there are other websites too which go into this in further detail. So let's go down the list, just pointing out some of the significant ones. We have PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I'll include a couple of articles about PwC and VeChain collaborating. PwC will implement VeChain's blockchain solutions to its big client base, enabling its clients to verify and trace where their products came from. It will also help provide credibility for future interested parties in VeChain partnerships. The group, Renault Group, so $67 billion in revenue. This is a huge market that they're tapping into. So it says, in collaboration with Microsoft and Vizio, VeChain developed a digital car maintenance book which is tamper-proof. And I will include more information in the description about VeChain and BMW as well. Renault is still a major company, and these are massive partnerships. It's excellent to see VeChain getting actively involved in spreading the word about blockchain technology and what they can do to help find consumer solutions. And then there's further information in this article. I want to just draw your attention to this article from the VeChain Foundation Medium blog. It says, Walmart China takes on food safety with VeChain Thor blockchain technology. This ties in with product authenticity and transparency for consumers. So this traceability platform came with the introduction of the first batch of 23 product lines that have been tested and launched on the platform. So for those not looking at the screen, it's just a rotating set of images. It's just showing the various food products here that are available via Walmart to check the authenticity, the product authenticity using the VeChain Thor blockchain. As a quick side note before I continue, none of this is paid advertising. I don't do that here. And to give you an update, there is this crypto news flash piece here titled Milestone for VeChain, Walmart starts tracking of products and 5 million blocks are mined. So scrolling down, I just wanted to point out this image here. Originally from, looks like the Walmart China website, even pinpoints exactly where this food product was manufactured and then sourced from. If we go back to this original piece here, it says, so 23 product lines have been tested and launched, and the platform is expected to scale by another 100 product lines by the end of 2019. There are other websites that mention this as well, but I'll provide them in the description. Just continuing with the partnerships, Deloitte, another multi-billion-dollar company, taking an interest in VeChain. And this title here from CCN says, Deloitte ditches Ethereum for VeChain, brags about overtaking Bitcoin transactions. Just for brevity, I wanted to draw your attention to another Medium piece. A Deloitte representative attended the Shanghai International Blockchain Week as a keynote speaker to share their vision on how blockchain enables real business value. This Antonio Senatore, the global CTO at Deloitte Blockchain and a member of the VeChain Foundation Advisory Board. And it's a fairly positive sign that he is on that board, and I'll leave this Medium post here for you to read in further detail. The last one before I talk about storing your VeChain tokens, there's another crypto news flash piece. VeChain cooperates with sharing. Okay. VET becomes a payment method in the sharing economy. There are many other partnerships I've left out, but there's only so much time for all of that. Okay, how to store your VeChain. Ledger is one of the main hardware wallets involved in storing your crypto assets offline. There's a link in the description which gives you more information about this, but just touching on it. Using either the Ledger Nano S or X, users can connect their Ledger device to the VeChain sync and access and manage VET, the VThor tokens or VIP 180 tokens. Just as a side note, and I found a website which elaborates on this, VIP 180. It's like VeChain's version of ERC20 tokens. And I just want to jump over to the official website for VeChain for sync. As an alternative to Ledger, I was just about to suggest Trezor, but what I find a bit disappointing based on this list is it shows VeChain as VEN, which is the ERC20 token, which I spoke about earlier when they transitioned. And this is from a year and a half ago. I don't know why this is still listed here. So if any of you happen to be storing your VeChain on a Trezor and you've managed to do so successfully, like VET, please let me know. Actually, you should inform Trezor about this just to prove it. If I type in VET, it does not show me the current VeChain token. Now to segue into staking and another way to store your VeChain tokens, it It says here there's this atomic wallet. Stake your VeChain, your VET or your VThor tokens and earn up to 10% rewards in the atomic wallet interface. Just a reminder, not paid advertising. So there's that. In addition to sync, or what you could do if you're willing to, there's the Binance exchange, and if I scroll down the list, VeChain staking rewards with 0.2 cents, you can start earning staking rewards, believe it or not. Although it's advised to store it offline, it's not financial advice. So you'd get paid out in the VThor tokens, so VTHO, because this ties in with my next point here in relation to inflation rates. I just want to touch on this because I'm about to talk about the prices. So VeChain, for those that are interested, it's at 0% inflation for the VET token because mining rewards are paid in the VThor, which I just spoke about, and that source will take you to this Medium blog piece. One last thing I forgot to mention before I talk about the prices. Staking rewards, the website here gives you an overview of the various cryptos available for staking, various stakeable cryptos here, and further details specific to VeChain provided at this website. Now is the time for prices. If you're enjoying this video or any of my other content, then I highly recommend clicking subscribe, smash the bell icon to stay up to date, and give it a like. Okay, for those who aren't familiar with how I came up with this circulating supply, I will point out, I know I just mentioned this a couple of minutes ago, that the inflation rate of VET is currently 0. So some of you may be wondering, why have I selected 60 billion tokens if it's currently 55.5 billion VET? At some point, I believe that part of this total supply will very slowly, and only a small portion will be released into this circulating supply and have a figure that would be closer to 60 billion. But even if that doesn't happen and this present supply remains constant for several years to come, you could easily tweak these data I'm about to show you about my price analysis to have something that corresponds much closer to this current supply. Just some food for thought. One other thing I wanted to talk about, another quick mention about the supply. So with the total supply data here, 86.7 billion tokens. Jumping over to the VeChain white paper. If I go to, so it says here, so the total supply of native VET will be approximately 86.7 billion tokens. The VET or VET allocation plan is as follows. For those not looking at the screen, the distribution plan in descending order, the public token sale, enterprise investors, continuous operation and tech development, business case development, private investors and co-founders or the development team. Just some additional data about supplies which tie in with the price. This is my first price point here, 50 cents per VeChain token. Just a quick recap for those not looking at the screen. Today's price, so this was recorded on the 19th of March 2020. Each token is 1/4 cent, and the circulating market cap for VET is $142.3 million. We are a long way from potentially hitting this, but do bear in mind that because there is a very low market cap, and for perspective, Bitcoin is currently sitting at about, I think $100 billion in market cap, and other major cryptos between $1 and $10 billion, which I know is a big gap, but nevertheless, I would not rule this out, especially because the overall crypto market cap is fairly low compared to the $820 billion that we achieved right at the end of, or at the beginning of 2018 or late 2017 when we had that meteoric rise across the crypto market. I will not give time frames because I know that was a huge faux pas. When I made my previous VeChain video, I got absolutely crucified. This is all if, not when. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I personally believe at some point, if VeChain, the foundation, and everyone else involved in promoting the blockchain and the VET token were to continue their momentum and more companies embrace the technology, I think this could be achieved. We saw some enormous names showing interest and getting directly involved with VeChain. Never say never. $2. That corresponds to a $120 billion circulating market cap, assuming this circulating supply. If we were to achieve these figures, we would not only rely on VeChain succeeding, but we would need the overall crypto space to thrive. Some of you may be thinking, especially now that we're in the midst of this, some would say, economic turmoil globally, this could all be a pipe dream. If you go back 80 years for Bitcoin or rewind 3 to 4 years for most other cryptos in existence, you compare their prices then to now. Back then, people would have thought you're nuts if you said, oh, Ethereum could hit $1,000. XRP could reach $3 per token, which it did, and all of these happened. Bitcoin nearly hitting 20K. We would be looking at an overall crypto market cap, if I had to make an assumption, beyond 2.5 to 3 trillion US dollars overall. And this would rely on VeChain, the VeChain project propelling itself up the list of cryptos into the top 10 or 15. These are several variables you need to factor in when you're looking at these prices here. We are still a very long way away, just to make that very clear. $5 per token. Whoa, I mean that's over 2,000x from where we are now. Unless if my calculations are incorrect. Several ifs and buts. As I'm going through these, what are your thoughts about all of these? Will we achieve these targets? What would we need to get the prices to go beyond 50 cents and $1, $2, you name it? At this point, we would need VeChain to be a household name, still actively involved in the space in 10 to 15 years. Maybe. Again, that's not a time frame. A silver lining to all of this is consider the size of the companies involved. We mentioned Renault, PwC, Deloitte, Walmart, BMW, which I realized I forgot to show the article, but I will provide a link in the description, and several other companies. Could they cause the VeChain tokens circulating market cap to hit $300 billion? I don't know. Maybe. $10. This is getting, this would be very ambitious. That's a 4,000x return on investment. Realistically, you would need something miraculous to potentially get to that. Do I think we'll achieve this? Realistically, I don't think we'll see this in the next 5 years. And yes, I know I just gave a time frame, but I think I could say that with some certainty. And I'll tell you what, I hope I'm wrong. I would love for $10 per VeChain token, but all of the details that I talked about earlier in this video and what you're seeing here on the screen, well, I'm sharing this with you so that if you choose to invest in this, that you go in with a clearer mind and you have a better understanding of the VeChain project, its potential, and how realistic, how plausible these prices are. Not financial advice, please do your own research. You need to factor in competition and all of the other the blockchain technology projects and cryptocurrencies out there competing to get companies using their services and all of that jazz. That's all I have for the prices, and before I wrap up, I'm going to give you a brief market update. Let's have a look at the latest prices courtesy of CoinMarketCap. Let's do a quick refresh of this. Well, there's been a significant increase in the market cap. It's gone up by about 11 or 12 billion just over the past half an hour or so. Okay, Bitcoin is currently just under $5,800 per coin per BTC. Ethereum at $126 per Ether. XRP at 15 cents going down the list. EOS now above $2. Binance Coin $11. Tezos $1.51. Let's have a look. Chainlink now back above $2. I noticed Tezos and Chainlink got hammered. Actually, pretty much the whole crypto market absolutely annihilated last week. Cardano just under 3 cents per ADA. There's been quite a jump amongst the privacy coins. Dash is up 25%. Zcash is up nearly 18%. So the market's jumping up again. Damn, I wanted to buy more, I'll be honest, but when I saw this huge drop in overall prices, I was like, I'd love to buy more, but I've had to spend my money on other things. But I can't complain. I've held strong, and I don't have any plans on selling anytime soon. Not financial advice, of course. I know I have to reiterate that. You shouldn't act on impulses, I find, and I've been guilty of that myself. I can definitely relate to that. It's very hard to keep a level head, but I believe if you see the long-term potential of these coins, refrain from investing more then you're willing to lose and you diversify. These will help absorb some of the shock from crazy volatility in the space. Now that's a wrap. It's been a very long video, but plenty of information to cover as always. VeChain, what are your thoughts about the crypto project and the two tokens, so VeChain and VThor? How about these partnerships that I've spoken about throughout the video? To what extent will these propel the prices overall? How many more VeChain partnerships will be formed in 2020? Will VeChain jump up the list of overall cryptos and make its way into the top 15 or 20, because it has been sitting down here for a bit? You let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest content. And don't forget to smash the bell icon. Share this with anyone who you think will benefit from this information. And if you have something to say, or you just want to say g'day, or leave your input in the comments section. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening. I know we're going through some uncertain times around the world, but there are still many promising things despite all of the doom and gloom. That's a wrap. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.